Hello everybody, it is me, Jordan Young, back with another Certified Hood Classic. In today's bussin' banger, we're going to be catching up on a couple of sneaker news stories. Today we had an update on the Adidas confirmed app for the latest batch of Yeezys. We've also seen some select Yeezy models in the outlets. One of this year's most anticipated Travis 1 lows has been cancelled. And I also wanted to do a sneaky recap of last month's hottest sneaker releases, as well as previewing this month's most anticipated sneaker releases. Radio, let's start things off by talking about the Travis 1 low in the black olive colorway that has apparently been cancelled. These were supposed to be coming out later on this year, and apparently they have been canned in favor of the medium olive colorway, which is this pair here. Now, I did actually post this picture in the thumbnail of my most recent sneaker news video that went live back on Saturday, but I didn't talk about it in the episode, basically because by the time I'd actually made that episode, this news broke, meaning I was too late to talk about it then, and so I just included it in the thumbnail as a way of saying, yeah, I know about this. But I didn't chat about it, and let's chat about it now. I, for one, am disappointed because I actually prefer the black olive colorway to the medium olive colorway. Something about that mocha blocking was really doing it for me. And so yeah, I'm a little bit gutted that we're not gonna be getting them. Now, these are only rumors, and so this cancellation could potentially mean it's just a matter of postponement. I mean, you guys know how these sneaker rumors go. But one interesting idea that has come about because of this cancellation is just what is up with all of the pairs out there already? Are these guys in possession of fakes? Because generally what these early pairs represent is pairs leaking out from the factory. And if this release has been cancelled, that seems to suggest that the mass production of these has not gone down. Now, I'm sure some of them are samples, and of course samples, as we know, do exist and do get leaked out and do get passed around. But yeah, it's definitely cast a shady lights on those people out there that have already got pairs of these. What do you guys think about that? We've had our first look at the 2024 Air Jordan 11 Legend Blue, aka the Columbias. I personally am very excited for this release because I can remember the last time these retroed back in 2014. I remember copying them, being so happy, and then afterwards being so broke, to then being incredibly excited but also financially worried because these would come out not long after the Ultimate Gift of Flights, which released in a pack, making them even more financially unviable. These images have these looking really nice. They have the slightly different cut in terms of the patent leather being a little bit deeper. And some people have been asking, is this some kind of a reimagined, because these are featuring the leather upper, but some people might forget that the Columbias always featured this type of upper. These are not a reimagined, these are OG spec and a retro that I'm very much looking forward to. What about you guys? All right, let's talk about Yeezys. Today, the Adidas confirmed app uploaded some brand new Yeezy stock. And some of the most notable pairs, in my opinion, were the 700 V2 Statics. I really like this pair. I actually slept on this drop when it came out this morning, and so I missed out on the Statics. There were also a couple of other cool pairs of slides and foam runners. I think the stock that released here in the UK is a little bit different to what you guys over there in the USA got. So if you did pick up something cool today, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. We're gonna cover some of the biggest Yeezy drops set to come out later on in the episode when we talk about this month's biggest upcoming sneakers. But the other story that emerged around Yeezys today that a lot of sneaker accounts are talking about is the fact that Yeezys are now showing up at outlets, and this particular video and these pictures show a whole bunch of Yeezys sitting at an outlet in Dubai for 50% off. When you look at these models, the 450 is absolutely dead. The 380 is a shock horror of a silhouette, and apologies to you guys out there that might be big fans of these models, but in my opinion, these models, these colorways are dead to rights shocking. And so it's a very little wonder that these particular Yeezys are in the outlets and 50% off. I don't even think these will sell at 50% off, to be honest. But I think this is symptomatic of what we are going to be seeing with this Yeezy stuff moving forward. As they continue to have this stock sitting, they are going to want to liquidate to get rid of absolutely everything. And so I would expect all of the stuff that you can see sitting in full-size runs currently on the Adidas confirmed app to be reduced in the upcoming days and weeks. Right, let us recap the month of May. If you look at the month of May, you can see that there was a lot of money to be made. There were so many hyped up releases that are reselling for crazy money. Let's just start off with the red Jumpman Jacks. This stock was limited to something like 30k pairs, and these right now are reselling for $700 to $950 plus, depending on the size. Not only that, you had the whole Air Force One CPFM collaboration. There were 4 different colorways, and pairs of the colored versions, the fuchsia colorway and the green colorway, are reselling for $650 to $1,000 depending on the size. Apparently the stock numbers were right around 5k pairs. Next, the recently released for us here in the UK a couple weeks ago for you guys over there in the USA, Travis One Low Elkins. Apparently stock numbers were really high for this release, something like 175k pairs, and most people, it seems, that copped these to flip. Now, one of the surprising releases for May that caught a few people off guard were these, the Air Jordan 17 Lightning. I think a lot of people in the build up to this release were thinking this is a 17, these are dead, no one cares about the higher numbered Jordans, they're $300, these are going to be bricks. And I think they would have been bricks if they weren't so limited and sold exclusively via boutiques, but these are reselling for $400 plus, in some sizes well over $500. And then of course, arguably the release of the entire month, the Futura SBs. Now, I've had my own little back and forths with the Futuras. I struck out on all the raffles, I missed on the sneakers app, and then we had a subsequent release on the Nike sneakers app here in the UK that I took another L on. I was ready to pay £400 for these. I slept on some of the immediate panic sells, and so it wasn't until the second restock on the Nike sneakers app that prices dipped to a point where I could afford them. So I ended up picking up a pair for £360, which isn't too bad. I'm waiting for those to be authenticated and sent to me, and I'll hopefully be able to bring you guys a review on them next week, but these have been selling like hotcakes. Next up, the J Balvin Jordan 3s, the Rios. These are currently reselling for $350, north of $450, depending on the size, of course, and the stock was supposed to be something like 40k pairs. And then we have the Sale Jumpman Jacks. These were limited to something like 75k pairs. Resale right now, from what I'm seeing here in the UK anyway, is about $500 plus. So there were a lot of big bangers in May that are reselling for a lot of money. And out of all of these hyped up sneakers that released this past month, I didn't win a single one for retail. Right, let's go through this month's biggest sneaker releases. I'm going to speed through them nice and quickly, and forgive me if I miss out any of the sneakers that you personally have your eyes on. And there can and probably will be some last minute additions made to this list by the powers that be. So let's start off with June the 4th. For you guys over there in the US, you've got the Dior Greenwood Nike SB Dunk collab. There is an SB Dunk High, and then there's also a Blazer Mid. If you're here in the UK and you wanted to come up on a pair of these, you should have a look around at your local skate stores, because these actually dropped for us last week, and there might be some sneaky sizes available. June the 6th, we have the next Yeezy release, and in my opinion, out of the June 6 Yeezys that are set to release, and remember there could be a little bit of difference between what we get here in the UK and EU and you guys over there in the US, and all you guys that are watching internationally, but I think if I had the choice, I would be looking to cop the V1 Pirate Blacks. And then for some of you fashion MFs, or some of you guys that are into the semi-meme type footwear, the Runner Boot in the Sulfur colorway could also be dropping as well. I think this is an exciting shoe for the winter time. It's a real statement piece. These, I think, will be really popular. June the 7th, the Kobe 4 Girl Dad, or the Bicoastals. I've seen some rumors that these are going to be quite plentiful, but that's not going to stop them from selling out and reselling a little bit. The next interesting Yeezy to come out, at least in my opinion, are these NS LTD boots. I only mention these because a lot of people have been gassing these up over the years. I think a lot of people are interested in these, and I feel like this is one of those Yeezys that will probably actually resell, if you can believe that or not. But you also have the Turtle Doves, arguably one of the best Adidas Yeezys of all time. If I can get the chance to cop these again, I certainly will. June the 12th, you have the Air Jordan 1 Low OG in the Gorge Green colorway. I think these will sit and be pretty easy to get. June the 13th is a pretty cool pair, the Air Force 1 Low Linen. This is part of Nike's Cult Classic program. I think quite a few people are going to be interested in these simply because it is a tan or a brown and a pink combination, which, as we know, is like kryptonite for sneakerheads these days. June the 13th has one of the most limited sneakers of the year, the RT FKT, the Ritterfucht Nike Dunk Genesis 5, these are called the Voids, and these are all part of Nike's whole NFT collectible program. These are supposedly going to be coming out on the Nike Sneakers app to the tune of 1,000 pairs, and might even be the type of exclusive access pair for the Dot Swoosh members. June the 13th features one of the sneakers of the month for me, simply for nostalgic reasons, the 700 V1 Wave Runner. I think these are going to be really popular and really hard to get. June the 14th, there are a couple of cool shoes, the Next Action Bronson 1906R, as well as the Nike Air DT Max, the 96 OG Deion Sanders. June the 14th, New Balance and Stone Island are teaming up again for another 574. June the 15th, you guys over there have got the Air Jordan 4 Oxidized Greens. These have already dropped here in the UK and are pretty much sitting everywhere. Despite these being a really nice, really clean colorway, the Jordan 4 hype is dead. June the 20th, arguably the release of the month, the Nina Chanel Abney Air Jordan 3. I actually made a video talking about how we kind of got a bit catfished with this shoe. These early images, especially these ones here, had these sneakers looking really nice. The soft lighting, the shadowing, the whole composition had the sneaker looking really nice and really appealing, but subsequent images in natural light have had these looking a little bit underwhelming, I want to say, but nonetheless, they are 225 bucks. It's still a very nice shoe. I think she's definitely done a lot better on this shoe than she did previously on the Air Jordan 2. And then on June the 22nd, the Huff Nike Air Max 1 pack. You have the pear colorway, you have the orange pair, as well as the pink pair. I'm not sure to what extent they're going to make one pair really, really limited like they've done in the past with their Dunks, etc. But this, especially for Air Max 1 heads, is going to be a must cop. And that is about it. Definitely some cool sneakers coming out this month, but in terms of like hype and heat and resell, I don't think it has anything on last month. Have you guys got your eyes on anything? Feel free to let me know. And that is it for today's little catch-up episode. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the video. Do me a favor and give the video a cheeky little like before you bounce, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.